How would you react if you saw someone struggling with a task you could easily do?
Have you ever noticed someone struggling with a task you could easily handle? It's a situation that many of us face, but few act upon. This was the case for Jake, a high school student in a quiet suburban neighborhood. Jake had lived on Maple Street his entire life, but it wasn't until one sweltering summer day that he truly saw Mrs. Johnson, his elderly neighbor. The 78-year-old widow was attempting to mow her overgrown lawn, her frail hands shaking as she pushed the heavy mower. Jake felt a twinge of guilt. He had a strong, young body capable of finishing the job in no time. But would Mrs. Johnson be offended if he offered help? Wouldn't it be awkward? Despite his hesitation, Jake made a decision. He walked over, introduced himself properly, and offered to mow her lawn. To his surprise, Mrs. Johnson's face lit up with relief and gratitude. As Jake pushed the mower across Mrs. Johnson's yard, he noticed other neighbors peeking out their windows. Some elderly residents watched with interest, while fellow teens observed with a mix of curiosity and admiration. Summer turned to fall, and fall to winter. Jake continued to help Mrs. Johnson, now shoveling snow from her driveway. His actions didn't go unnoticed. One day, he saw Sarah, a girl from his school, helping Mr. Davis, another elderly neighbor, with his groceries. Soon, more teens joined in. They formed an informal group, matching young volunteers with elderly residents who needed assistance. The once divided neighborhood began to buzz with intergenerational interactions. By spring, Maple Street had transformed. Teens were mowing lawns, planting gardens, and even teaching technology classes at the community center. The elderly residents, in turn, shared life stories, baked cookies, and offered wisdom to their young friends. Jake couldn't believe the change his simple act had inspired. By taking the lead and showing honor to Mrs. Johnson, he had sparked a movement of mutual respect and support throughout the entire community. As he reflected on this journey, Jake realized a profound truth. When we take the initiative to honor others, we create ripples of kindness that can transform entire communities. It doesn't require grand gestures. Sometimes, all it takes is the courage to mow a lawn or shovel some snow. So, let me ask you, how can you take the lead in honoring others in your community? What small act of kindness could you initiate today? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more inspiring stories of personal growth and community transformation. Remember, every act of honor, no matter how small, has the power to create positive change. Let's make those ripples together.